Welcome to Trending Topics, where we discuss the hottest happenings and give you our hottest takes. I'm your host, Nick Kuzma, and I'll be joined by Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman for tonight's discussion about Thanksgiving, specifically about the meats. All right, so Jordan, welcome into Trending Topics. Happy Thanksgiving week, my man.
It is the best week out of the year. Hands down, one of the greatest weeks in the calendar year.
Wow, he's taken out Christmas week, he's taken out Easter week, you're taking out 4th of July week, and you're saying Thanksgiving. Why is it the best? Is it the food?
It's a combination of things, It's the food, it's the community, the togetherness. There's some great sports going on this week. What is to not love about Thanksgiving week?
Yeah, here locally, you got the teddy bear toss with the Havoc. Of course, we also have the Iron Bowl here in Alabama.
Yes, of course.
The Egg Bowl for fans like you down in Mississippi State and playing against Ole Miss. And will Lane Kiffin still be the head coach after this week?
Listen, rumor has it I'm up for the LSU job. So
yeah, it could be. So, but I did tease the people.
Yes.
Talking about Thanksgiving. I think we're going to talk about Thanksgiving all this week. The meats, Jordan.
The most important part, the main course. First and foremost,
Yes.
I feel like the most important question for you, are you a ham or a turkey person?
Yeah,
there is a correct answer.
So I never grew up. Ham is better. Ham is a better meat than turkey.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
But yeah, I did not grow up eating ham at Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
we
me
were
neither.
not a two-meat family. We were turkey, and your options were white meat, dark meat, and either of those with gravy on it, and that was it.
Exactly. I firmly believe that ham is not meant to be served.
It's a Christmas dish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're going to serve ham, you do not serve it at Thanksgiving, nor are you obligated, if you are the one hosting, to provide both meats.
Yeah, so if somebody came to your house, and I know you do host a Thanksgiving every year, if someone came to your house and said, "Where's the ham?" what would you say to that person?
They get very politely asked to depart the bed.
They're out of here.
Yes.
They're gone. You're gone. It's not the good tidings and the community you were talking about goes out the window.
Yes, because I work incredibly hard to prepare my turkey, and that is to be respected. You may show up for the good tidings, but only if you are willing to eat the turkey.
All right, so how do you prepare your turkey? You're a turkey guy. You have a whole side quest here at Fox 54 with forecasts and feasting and all that good stuff you can check out on Fox 54 Plus, of course. But how do you prepare the turkey?
It's a whole process. It starts on Wednesday morning. I prepare a brine. And it brines for about 24 hours. And then I get up early Thursday morning, of course, put the parade on in the background because I do not miss the parade. And then my turkeys get injected. I'm doing actually 2 turkeys this year. I'm doing a Cajun.
But not ham. 2 turkeys.
No, but no ham. There will be no ham in my house. I am doing a Cajun turkey, as I do every year. And then this year I'm also doing kind of a garlic and herb turkey sort of a thing going on. So we got 2 very different things. One for, I provide for everybody. So you don't need the ham because I'm providing you 2 very different flavor profiles in my turkey. So my turkeys get injected and then of course seasoned on top, and I throw them in the Traeger where they will happily sit for 4 to 5 hours.
Gotcha. So I didn't know. That's a whole side topic in the meats profile.
Yes.
Is the deep frying, the classic oven. It sounds like you are a sit and just soak guy.
Yes. Every now and again, it gets basted.
Yeah.
But the point of a Traeger is to just kind of let it do its thing. I am also a firm believer that if you buy one of those turkeys with the little red pop-up thing, you don't use that.
Don't do it.
No, because those things typically pop up when your turkey is about 180 degrees.
I'm saying they're not walking around the wild with that little thing in them either.
Well, too.
It's just unnatural.
It is. Yeah. It is unnatural, and they are programmed to pop up about 20 degrees after they should be popping up. Because a turkey is done at about 160, 165. They pop up at 180. So your turkey is drier than the Sahara by the time that thing pops up. I'm providing tips here, Nick.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. How do you prefer your turkey?
Yeah,
Do you have a mom or a grandma that prepared the turkey for years?
So growing up, it was a rotation usually who had Thanksgiving. Sometimes it was my family growing up. A lot of times I went to my dad's sister's house, and I wouldn't say there was any special way to do the turkey. Just there was a lot of Thanksgivings in which the turkey took longer, and all of a sudden it was 7:30, and we were just waiting on it. But,
right.
the best way to have it is dark meat with gravy.
Dark meat with gravy.
That's the way to be.
Why not? What's so bad about the white meat?
It's just a little drier.
Well, not at my house.
Not at my house.
No, not at my house. The white meat will be equally as delicious if prepared correct.
Second day in a row, we're
course.
sitting here in the sort of trending topics corner. Yesterday we attacked the meats. Today it's all about the fixins. Green bean casserole, mac and cheese, yams, the do's and don'ts. What are your thoughts?
There's a number of classics that have to be there. Again, if you're at my house, you will get a little bit of green bean casserole, but it is the smallest amount because I do not like green beans.
Really?
Yeah, no green beans, therefore no green bean casserole. But my wife, however, enjoys the green bean casserole. So she usually makes, if we're not hosting and it's just us or a smaller group, she makes enough for about 2 or 3 people so that there are definitely no leftovers because I will not partake in them. Otherwise, you know, I love the rest of it. You know, the mac and cheese. I smoke my mac and cheese.
Wow.
The mashed potatoes. I'm not a huge fan
Mashed
of
potatoes too. You do mac and cheese and mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving.
Wow.
You
I respect
literally
it.
eat all of the carbs.
I respect it.
Thank you, because there will also be dinner rolls.
Yeah, see, I did not grow up in a household where we did that. As I told you yesterday, we oftentimes went to my dad's sister's house, and we had great food. Don't get me wrong, enjoyable. For us, it was all about the stuffing, or down here you'd call it dressing. It was all about the stuffing. My grandmother's 97 years old, still with us, thankfully, and every year she made her recipe of stuffing. It was based on the Pennsylvania Dutch version. She called it filling, actually.
Yes.
So all the different ways you can describe basically the same thing. That's what it was centered around. So you had turkey, you had the stuffing or filling. We then usually had like a sweet potato or yams. We had some sort of corn dish, green beans, not green bean casserole, no mac and cheese, no mashed potatoes, then we had bread and then dessert. So we did not go into all the various like sort of deep south centric fixins that you have down here, which I'm sort of jealous that I didn't have that growing up. But that's the point of view I'm coming from. It sounds like you have more embraced all the sides. The more sides, the better.
I think so, yes. The more sides, the better. It adds a little bit of variety, not only to the day, but then the days following when you're swamped with leftovers. Now, I do think there is one common denominator here among whether you call it dressing, stuffing, or filling.
Yeah.
It all evolves from a grandma's recipe.
It does.
I guarantee you, Thursday morning, Adrian will start preparing the whatever you want to call it. And about 10 minutes in, there will be a phone call to her grandma because there is every year to ensure that the stuffing, dressing, filling, what have you, is being prepared properly. Now, when you guys do your sweet potatoes, do you do just like sweet potatoes or do you cover it in the marshmallow mess?
Yeah, we didn't really do the marshmallow thing. Like I've had the marshmallow thing, for lack of a better way of describing it. But yeah, it was more of traditional. It was in a bowl and it was just orange. All right. And it was your classic sort of mashed yam sweet potato glump. But it was good.
Wow, you really made that sound unappetizing.
It was good though. Yeah.
All right.
Is there anything like you're anti, like any side you're against, or is it truly like just like a Thanksgiving should be, the more the merrier, when it comes to sides?
I think really it's only the green bean casserole.
The green bean casserole is the only thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'll even have a spoonful of the sweet potato mess.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. I won't be putting a whole big pile of it on my plate. I will have a spoonful just because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Out of respect.
Yes. Otherwise, it is the more sides, the merrier.
Yeah. And one thing we didn't add, the Thanksgiving I'm going to on Thursday at my fiance's house, they are a deviled egg family for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest deviled egg fan. I'm really not.
Love
but like
eggs.
I will, again, out of respect.
Right.
You have everything there.
Right.
You know, and we give thanks for what we have.
And the deviled eggs are definitely something to be thankful for.
That they are.
I 100%.
Jordan, one last time in the trending topics corner this week.
Yes.
Monday was about the meats, Tuesday the fixins, and Wednesday today is all about the desserts. The do's and the don'ts. There's not a lot of don'ts when it comes to dessert.
There really are not.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like it starts with the basics.
Of course.
Pumpkin pie.
Yes, I feel like the only do or don't that is debatable with the pumpkin pie is do you put whipped cream
Yeah, of course you
or do you not?
Yeah, the pumpkin pie is good. It's something I really only have this time of year and maybe maximum 1 to 3 slices across this month.
Right.
I'm not an enormous fan, but it's something you do have. We talked about yesterday the fixins. Out of respect, you put it on the plate.
Right.
And it's always best with whipped cream.
It is. Now, has your family always been just the buy the tub of Cool Whip, or did somebody always make the
No
whipped
one's
cream?
making the whipped cream.
Nah,
Yeah, no,
nobody's-
it is Cool Whip, or it's the old fashioned.
Oh, there's
on top
nothing
of it.
wrong
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
on top, because
yeah.
then you got to go in and
Yeah,
in the mouth a
exactly,
little bit,
exactly.
you know.
No, it's that stuff. We also, there are times that apple pies would be there. There's time that chocolate cream pies would be there, cookies, stuff like that.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
you have your core traditional,
Yes.
either it's sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie, but all of these other things I think are totally acceptable.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think there is a single nope at the Thanksgiving dessert table.
Yeah, I agree. We like we said, there's not a lot of no's. when it
No,
comes to
there's
this.
really, it's hard to debate this one because
Yeah.
there's really just simply not a lot to debate. It's really which pie do you prefer and do you put whipped cream? Now, the other thing you have to do, I believe, and maybe I'm a bit old fashioned in this, by the time you get to dessert, you must prepare a pot of coffee.
I would
good
agree.
pot of
I would
coffee.
agree. And I'm not necessarily going to partake in that always, but I would agree. Like if it is standard operating procedure that if you are going to have people over Thanksgiving, it is expected that there will be coffee with dessert.
I agree. I think the coffee is almost essential. I think it rounds things out and adds a little bit of a body to your dessert and really kind of takes it, and if you're the one hosting, I think the pot of coffee takes your dessert table and kind of elevates it a little bit.
Man, we've been talking about Thanksgiving all week.
This
I'm
has
just ready to eat.
Nah, this has been a great week and I cannot wait. You know, my turkey is brining. It goes on early tomorrow morning. I set the alarm extra early. I'm really excited for Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jordan.
Happy Thanksgiving, Nick.
Well, that's it for tonight's Trending Topics. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to follow me and Jordan at our socials. We'll see you tomorrow.